hier bei Grandcentrix. Genau, ich bin bei Grandcentrix. Wir sind eine digitale App-Agentur, machen Produkte im Bereich IoT, Smart Home, Mobile Retail und genau, das ist hier unsere Location, in der wir aktuell jetzt noch sind. Wir ziehen ab dem 1. Juni zum Holzmarkt in der Nähe des Rheinauhafens, weil wir einfach zu viele geworden sind. Leise sein, hier sitzen einige an Entwicklern, die jetzt alle fleißig am Arbeiten sind. Wir natürlich gleich auch. Genau, das ist unser Test.
Das sind die Tonis, ein Knaller, ein Verkaufsknaller.
Genau, das haben wir mitentwickelt.
No.
Vor allem die Applikation.
Und die Cloud. Und ich mache jetzt ein lustiges Instagram-Foto damit. Und ich könnte jetzt auch noch erklären, wie sie funktionieren. Das sind also praktisch so kleine Hörspiele.
Hi everybody, this is Max, I'm Paul, we are the founders of Heere. We are really happy that you came in such a large number here today. We didn't expect that at this time. But yeah, we are here to talk to you a little bit about moments. And yeah, first of all, I want to start with some general thoughts about moments. Yeah. What are moments actually? Moments are really, kind of abstract thing. So we cannot really say a moment is a second long or a minute long or a day long. I mean, think of moments as a moment of surprise. It can be parts of a second, but at the same moment, moments can be like days if you think of moment of shock. So it's really hard to define a moment by our metrics of time. And yeah, if we look at our lifetime, visualized here as a string, different moments add up in our lifetime. And yeah, so our life or our daily lives consists of different moments that add up to each other, but we don't really know what will come, which moments will fulfill our lifetime in the future. So yeah, moments consists basically, or our life consists of moments in the past, which are basically memories, if we want like that. Then we have the present, where we experience the current moment. And then we have the future, where we will be either looking forward to, or maybe be afraid of, or be nervous about, like right now, or have a great time in the present, where we are talking right now. And yeah, those are future moments. So here we picked out some really, really cheesy quotes for you. You probably all have seen them in your Instagram feed or Facebook or whatever. And it's always like we're told and we're supposed to live in the moment and like live every moment as if it was our last and all of that stuff. But what are we actually doing? Thank you. Yeah, I mean, most of the time when we're at situations where we should enjoy the moment right now, most of the people, and I'm sometimes guilty myself, we're capturing the moment and not really living it in the moment, but we're trying to create some, past moments, if we want, like that, and share them. Of course, we can, we have some more here from Instagram, one from Snapchat. I think, I don't know, one more? One second. Yeah. I want to stay on this for a little bit. So I believe if we look at this from Instagram, for example, you're at vacations and you're taking a photo of your beautiful watermelon and the beautiful view, and actually you're not really enjoying this moment maybe, but you're taking like half an hour to get the perfect money shot for Instagram. Especially with Snapchat, where we are sharing the actual moment. And that's kind of a paradox, because we want to share the actual moment as we enjoy it, but actually we are filming it right at the second. So you could see that as, I'm gonna stay there. So you could see this, of course, also as kind of a criticism on social media in general, but I mean, we are all guilty of that. And I myself, I'm not excluding myself that. Yeah, I will do that. So I want to make a little excursion to when Max and I, before we found Heere, we had a semester abroad in New York at Parsons. And yeah, we lived in the city for half a year. And I mean, probably all of you know the city, and maybe some of you have lived there already. It's like a really fast living city. Like people are really sped up. There's a lot of energy, right? A lot of spirit, and people are constantly doing something. At night, you always go somewhere. I've basically never spent one night really at my place, but always had something to do. So when we came back to Cologne, we noticed that we didn't really live the moment right there, but we kind of recapped when we were back in Cologne what we actually did there. So so when we were back, that's where I will go. So we thought about, we actually didn't enjoy the moment when we were there. We didn't, of course we enjoyed it, but we didn't really live it. So it's kind of paradox, because you want to live the moment, but to live the moment, you really have to focus on the moment. And while you're focusing on the moment, how can you enjoy it if you're really focusing on it? So it's kind of paradox. And this is where where we believe that to really enjoy a moment, or a moment is just unconsciously enjoyed. So if you live a moment in the present, it's just an unconscious moment, because look at the moment right now. As I speak, the moment becomes the past and is a memory. So what we as designers try to do, we try to shape the present moment, the unconscious present moment. So if the present moment with our service, with our product, is a good moment for the user, it becomes a memory in the past, hopefully a good memory. And if this memory was good, then hopefully this user will come back to our service or product again and reuse it or recommend it to others in the future as a future moment.
Okay, thank you, Paul. As we already said, we are the creators of Giro.de. Giro is a sharing portal for film and photo equipment where people can rent and lend their stuff fully insured through our website. And also we aim to, with Giro, we aim to connect creatives. On one hand, on a personal level, to enable them to realize creative products more easily, but also to give them a direct economical benefit through our platform. Yeah, Paul already mentioned the examples with Snapchat and Instagram. Basically, these services or applications deal with moments as their main purpose. In fact, also they somehow resemble our relationship to moments. But also, when we created Giro, we really thought about the experience, the moments that our users should have when they are using our product. Therefore, I want to take a deeper look into our design process. So basically, we started from ground zero with Giro. So, to create this business, we really followed the rules of design thinking and the method of lean startup. Both methods really enable you to bring innovation to businesses. Yeah. So, like in the beginning, we really set the key values that we want to stand for Giro, and also the key values that our user experience when they use Giro. Most importantly, of course, it's security, right? If you hand out maybe really expensive equipment, you want to make sure that you're safe. Then again, another aspect is trust, right? If you use a service like this, you really want to trust both parties involved in that service. And then again, of course, we wanted to have a rather technological and modern appearance, right? So, well, in the beginning, if you start a design, I mean, of course, you can do mock-ups and everything, but you also have to think of a color code, this color scheme that will transport your design in terms of color and emotions to the users. And since we are both quite into sneakers, we basically looked at like all kinds of different sneakers that we really appreciated the color on. And also like on sneakers, like colors are really used in a relatively harmonic way most often, but also they fulfill the aspect of grabbing attention. And yeah, we picked all kind of color schemes from those sneakers and then compared it to our values that we set, and also of course to our personal taste, and so looked what works best. We ended up using this color scheme, which actually comes from the sneakers I'm wearing right now. Yeah, and then again, the key values that we set should also be resembled in the features we build. Of course, we have like a feature, for instance, like an automatic billing system where people can send their invoices with one click, legally correct, if they rented out some stuff through our website. And then also we have things that are rather common right now, like a rating system where users can rate the experiences they had with each other, or their moments, of course. But then again, as I said, mostly important for us is the security. And this is more not really like a service we designed, but a partner we brought on board, the HDI, who's with us from like far where we were like where we just going through the like first ideas. We thought this is so important, so we have to take care of this right now. And so they're with us before we even founded our company. Yeah, and then what you see here is our current state of the handover protocol. So when the two people actually meet to hand over the equipment, they fill out the protocol. As you see, okay, you're probably designers, this looks like a really like a standard form, basically something you would like fill out, which is printed on paper. So therefore, through our design process, of course, we had to make some trade-offs to finish our product quickly and to bring it to the market. So here we really learned that we have to, keep on enhancing the experience, the moments that people have on our website. And therefore, right now we designed a completely new protocol where we like got rid of all unnecessary stuff, like of a lot of text, and we really try to utilize the possibilities you have when you create interactive applications. And this is actually still a design process. We're in the testing phase right now, but we're going to deploy it in probably a week or so, hopefully. Yeah, and I was talking a lot about the digital moments that happened on Giro, but also we have an analog moment happening when two parties actually meet. So we think we can be really beneficial to the guys that meet online, even in a sort of analog way. So when you meet someone, like we actually provoke a meeting of two creatives, and they have the chance to build their creative as much as their personal network when they meet up. In fact, someone who rents, for instance, a camera from another person might end up assisting that person the next month or collaborate on a different project.
So yeah, back to the general topic of moments. I mean, Max just told you a lot about our digital and analog moments we kind of provoke on our platform. Of course, it's fascinating actually how many moments happen every day that most of them are randomly, and it is on us to like provoke moments that are in our favor, of course, as designers, but most of the moments happen randomly, and it's just fascinating how we can, as designers, shape a little bit our present moment.
Yeah, especially when you think of moments that you have influence on, right? They're like moments you can't really have influence on or shape, like for instance, the weather situation. Even though the weather has been shaped by humans shooting chemicals in the clouds or so, but generally you can't really do anything about if it's raining or not today. Yet or think of like random encounters in the streets. If you just randomly bump into someone, this might be like a positive or negative moment for you. Yet, when you design products or services, you have influence on the moment you create. And this is really amazing, since you really shape the moment that other people experience through designing product and services mostly. This is like my finishing line. So I hope we could give you like a really nice moment right now, and you could enjoy it or not. We are, I guess, here for you now for Q&A. So feel free to ask questions.
Nobody?
Anyone?
Here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just heard that you talk about lean startup thing on design thinking. So you both had this great idea, but how did you know that it's paying off? Like, did you do some prototyping, and what kind of things did you do to know that it's working?
So yeah, of course, we both had that idea. Actually, when we came back from New York, we came out of the startup world, and we were really naive in saying, okay, we want to do a startup for our bachelor thesis. And then we started off with the lean startup theory, and of course with the design thinking aspect of it. And at the beginning of it, you have this brainstorming phase, right? So we took 2 weeks and just like really thought about our daily lives when we walked by our daily lives, and like thought of the problems we encountered, because most of them we just ignore or accept. And so we're both filmmakers and designers. And we had this job where we needed a camera we didn't have. And we went on this painful search for a camera in the local camera stations. Most of them are really expensive. They are out of the city. And most of them also don't have all of the cameras, obviously, because they can't. When we found the camera, we went there and we noticed that the camera isn't actually from the camera rental itself, but a cameraman rents his camera out there so he can have another revenue stream besides of his professional cameraman activity, I guess. And that is actually when we thought about, okay, we need to connect the people like us who thrive to search for better cameras with the people who want to rent out their cameras to get another revenue stream together through our platform.
This was like basically our problem findings, and also the solution you just presented it. Then again, we did some research. We sent out surveys. We sent out surveys to about 500 people, whether they would be willing to rent out their gear, whether they would be willing to rent, for instance. Like we try to keep it rather simple, but this helped a lot. And then we relatively early, we created a prototype with some help from a web developer, where we could actually, already see how it feels and ask other people to try it out and get their opinion on it. And then again, we started relatively early with a beta version of our platform, where we could, get direct user feedback even from people we didn't even know about. And that's basically.
And it was actually for us really important. I mean, a lot of people always say, oh, I have this idea, but I can't tell you because you steal it. And we had the experience that from day one, we told everybody about our idea. We're really annoying about it and always wanted feedback. And we keep this up to date. So as Max just told you, we were in the beta phase for 2 months or so. And we asked all our users, what do you think we could do better? And of course, compared that with our vision of the platform. But it's really, really important, we believe, to always be open with your idea, because, I mean, 1 million people have the same idea, but it's only a few that really try to make it. That's kind of my advice, I guess.
So at first, I found really interesting how you did come to your business, how you were from the first idea to develop it, to start it up. And I find it also really interesting what you tell us about moments, and because I think every business has something behind how you did come to it, and I understand this was one of your ideas. what's not really, yet clear to me is the service you offer. You are going to hire cameras, stuff, other thingies, equipment, and somebody needs it to produce pictures with it. But so you're not hiring the people behind the camera, and I think you're not going to sell to sell pictures or the moments. At first, you're going to involve people that they can give their cameras to get some money from, and another person, if they are not going to Photo Gregor, maybe here in Cologne to lend some stuff, they have other possibilities. So in the end, you're going to give possibility to hide the product, the picture behind, the moment behind is something much more in the future. So is it a kind of image you're going to create around it? Or are the people really interested in this kind of topic? Or do they really interested, do I get the lens or the camera?
Well, that's a lot of questions in one question.
But maybe first of all, just to make it clear, our service is a marketplace where, for instance, you get a camera, and for instance, you're like a camera enthusiast or so, and you want to maybe share this camera with someone else and also get some money back from the price you paid for it. You can rent it, for instance, to a weekend to someone else who wants to use it yourself, and then you meet up with that person. Yeah.
But okay, so you're asking what kind of moments we are actually provoking. I mean, with our service, of course, obviously we are sharing equipment. It's really it's really something on the surface, but behind that we are, if that's your question, our aim is also to help provide equipment to even create new creative projects. Also for people like students who don't have a lot of money, who cannot, I don't know, go to Photo Gregor and pay like $130 euros for a Canon Mark III with lens, but maybe have it half the price at our platform. And also we have this moment that Max told you about, this analog moment where you meet another creative. And this meet up between two creatives is really important in the creative industry, since it's all about connections also to get jobs. Yeah.
And maybe another thing of your question were like the actual moments that we want to provoke is basically are like the emotions people have when they use our platform. Because I think, does that answer your question in general, or can you pinpoint like another aspect that you want to know about?
So get what somehow you it answers the question. Maybe I understand it, not yet, not the whole thing, because I understood the whole thing as a hiring platform for equipment. And I'm still not sure if it's a brilliant idea, but it would be really interesting if it works out.
If people are actually using
in the future, your idea, if people benefit from this kind of thing you're describing, or if they benefit from hiring this stuff, maybe and getting a bit more cheap, because they just have a certain aim to get a lens or a camera. You know?
So, for instance, like the analog moment we were describing is more basically a side product of the real goal they have initially when they use the platform.
If it works out as a side product, that's kind of image you made and so you differ from the ordinary rental services. So maybe that's a very good business. I don't know what business.
Also, where we differ a lot is the community aspect of the platform. So this moment where you meet each other, it's a community feeling. If you go to a casual rent service, you go there as you go into another store, right? You just pay and you get your stuff, and there you kind of have another connection, I believe. But also, if this was your question, as we did the surveys in the beginning, we found out that like 20% of people who actually have cameras will never give them to anybody else, not for money, not for anything. When we are fine with that, because 80 people will, eventually, if things like trust and safety are provided. If I understood it right, you're also asking if people really use our service and trust it. And we can say that we are now 5 months online, and we have, I don't want to brag, but we have like a constant user flow that comes on our platform every day. And also the rentals are rising right now, obviously because the season is going up again for like all of the marriage stuff that's happening. Yeah.
But yeah. Then again, we're a startup, so we're not sure if it's going to work out in the future, and we are sort of prepared to fail as well. This is like part of it too.
Yeah.
So what's about the target group? It's more like highly involved photographers, or it's more like professionals who uses your platform. So yeah, what's our target group?
So basically, I mean, we're a marketplace, not like, for instance, let's say eBay, where you can get everything. So we already have sort of like a really narrow target group in general, which is basically, if you want to speak of like a huge amount, it's all equipment users basically. And then of course we want to cater to the enthusiasts, where enthusiasts are like a really big group in the photo market, as well as just like these maybe design students or freelancer. They as it was in our case, need like a better camera for a certain job that they have to fulfill, and then they might just rent it through our platform, as well as rather professionals, cameramen, and even film production houses can use our website to rent their stuff when they don't need it, or even to at certain points when they need a specific thing, can also go through our website. And then again, I guess which will take like the biggest amount of users is yet we'll have to see that. We'll have to figure that out. Like we'll see it by our users.
How do you advertise your product?
Well, we started off mostly with Facebook. Facebook has a lot of groups already where our target group is really condensed in, right? So there are like hundreds of groups with film enthusiasts, NRW, or Filmschaffende Deutschland or whatever. And we kind of marketed in there first and got most of our users actually from Facebook. Then we switched also to Instagram, of course. Speaking of all those social networks again, creating moments there. And now we also tested, of course, Facebook ads, Google ads, everything like that. And we kind of figured, okay, the manual advertisement of ourselves in Facebook is more, or is better received by the users than all of this Facebook ads and automated things. We also tried stuff like really analog things. So we built that's kind of funny story. We built we ordered some Fahrradständer, bike stands on the internet, and painted them with our colors, and also put some signs to it, and just like put them everywhere in the city. And we actually already got feedback from users that they came from there and saw our sign there. And this is for us something that we see, okay, the analog way works as well, such as a print mailing we send out to film photographers, which they really appreciate because they have something in the hand. And it works better than most of the digital stuff since we are so insensitive to it.
And of course, PR is really important. We got like several publications so far, and also a big shout out to Charlotte. She's also the reason why we are here today. And this works really well for us. She also got us into Stadtanzeiger and so on. So big up.
And how did you start or how did you finance your product? I mean, you did a lot of bootstrapping, but did you have to get some investors?
Yeah, we got an early stage business angel who helped us starting up. Otherwise, it would have not been possible, like doing it the way we did so far.
So 2 more questions, or?
Does it not feel?
Yeah, okay, 2.
Advertising on social media is one part. How do you market your idea on your own website? Because I think you talk a lot about gear and the connection between humans, and I think you have to some kind of talk more about the human to the gear. So put that in front, connecting the people, because I can imagine without having visited your site, like showing a video of a testimonial where they share their moments, and that moment happened because they learned the stuff on your website.
Exactly. So actually, at first we encountered this problem that we talked a lot about gear and actually sharing the gear, and we did also a lot of advertisement only about the gear. So then we noticed, okay, we have to focus more on the community and about the moment of the human behind it. So we started a blog as well, where we now have a section that's called Featured Vermieter, where we have Charlotte makes interviews with some users of our service. And yeah, we publish it there and then publish it on our social media sites, and people interact with it and people connect about it. And that's actually where the magic happens. And that's also where the trust is happening then, because trust doesn't really happen about insurance. Of course, it's one part, but if you rent your $50,000 camera, euro camera to another person, then you kind of want to know them at some point, somehow, yeah.
Also for us, this is like a constant learning process. And since we're a startup, we sort of are forced to do everything by ourselves. So like our image videos, from our image videos to every design you see on the website to every newsletter that is being sent out, it's basically designed by us. And of course, like we're constantly improving and like managing all those things.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Paul and Max, for that presentation. One question. I'm not sure if you are connected to the internet, but maybe you can show us your website and show some example or something like that, or it's possible to see you more.
Yeah, we can do that. Okay, so here on our start page, we see, of course, what it's about, film and photo equipment sharing, sicher einfach nah. Also, we have the really basic search function where you can just type in what you want and where you want it. In the back, we have our image video. I'm not going to show it right now, but everybody who wants to see it can look for it themselves. So also we have our categories here that we provide right now. There are some coming, like VR and stuff is in planning. And of course, we want to provide the insurance and our trust and safety feature here. Maybe you can go a little bit to the back. Thanks. No problem. Yeah, this is of course a really key feature of ours, and that's the first question people ask when you tell them about the service. How am I insured? And of course you are. And yeah, you see some featured articles here. But let's look at, for example, let's see what's up in Cologne right now. Okay, so we see here on the right side, it's basically a kind of Airbnb system. You see where things are located. You can choose which kind of category you want. Maybe let's look at film cameras. And yeah, we have some stuff like Reds, Sonys, GoPros, Panasonic. Let's look at something beautiful. Let's look maybe at, let's look at this. So here we see Jonas with his camera, his FS5. This detail page is also, of course, built up by us. So first we see the profile picture. You can click on it and go to his profile and see a little bit more what kind of other equipment he has. Then we have some verifications. There is right now the email verification and the mobile verification. There will be added some more as well. We have Bewertungen, so our rating system. He didn't get ratings yet, but obviously there would be 5 stars always. And then we have said something like, if you want to rent something, you kind of want to know when can I pick it up, when can I bring it back. So we added this pickup and return times where people can just say something like, okay, I'm available from there to there. He's pretty much always available, as we see right here. And yeah, we have, of course, the description of the product. We have images, and we have a huge discount always. You can then put a time when you want to rent it. Let's rent it for today. Go to, okay. I'm gonna use Mac's account real quick. All right, so I put in when I want to rent it. And then the thing in the photo and film equipment scene is that often you have really spontaneous shootings, like the next day or something. So you want to know, you don't want to wait for a long time to get the reply, can I rent it or can I not? So what we figured is we want a one-click kind of way. So you pick here the time till when the user needs to reply to your request. So now we have like 9:45, I want to know till 11 o'clock if I can really have the camera or not. And then I already authorize my payment through PayPal. So the payment is captured. If the user doesn't reply till 11 o'clock or rejects it, the payment is not confirmed. You won't lose any money. If he confirms, it's already paid and everything is set. So yeah, that's basically it. We have, of course, a messaging system and all that stuff. We have, but I don't want to go to all of that right now. But if you want, feel free, of course, to go a little bit through our site and, of course, register, get a 10% discount on your first rental.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for your attention. I guess we'll be here for a little longer, and if you have any questions, just feel free to talk to us in person. Thanks.